morning, everyone. Welcome to the October Student of the Month program. I'm Mary Walters. I'm the Executive Director of Secondary Education in the Murrieta Valley Unified School District, and I am your MC this morning. We would like to begin our program this morning with Cameron Stevens from Student Venture to lead us in the prayer.
Good morning, everybody. If you would stand with me, if you don't mind, we'll open in prayer. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this beautiful morning. We thank you for the opportunity once again, Lord, to be here this morning to honor these students. And Lord, I pray that you would just continue to bless them. May your blessing be upon them, Lord, as they continue in this school year and all that they do, in all their work and studies and extracurricular and events and things they have participated in. And Lord, as they look forward to the future, Lord, again, that you would give them the wisdom and discernment that they need, Father, in searching for the schools that they're going to attend and the careers that they're going to be involved in. Lord, we thank you for the parents represented in this room who have supported and brought up their children in such an amazing way. We pray, Father God, for the administrators and teachers in the room as well, and all the local community that surrounds this group, Father, with love and encouragement and support. We thank you so much for this morning and pray your blessing upon it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing, and if we could have Murrieta Fire Battalion Chief Stephen King come up and lead us in the pledge.
Good morning. We'll now do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to bring up Sally Myers, our founder of the Student of the Month program, to share a few words and welcome you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sally.
Good morning, Kip.
How you doing today?
I'm awesome.
Amazing.
It is always a beautiful day in Murrieta, and I would like to welcome you as the founder of the Murrieta Valley Chamber of Commerce Student of the Month program. And what is so exciting about our program is that we are now celebrating students for close to 23 years here in Murrieta. And our yes, let's give everyone a round of applause. And the neat thing about our program is that we are a nonprofit organization, and we have a mission statement. And the mission statement is the same today as it was actually 26 years ago when we began our program. And it originally began in Temecula and moved up to Murrieta in 95, and then in Lake Elsinore and over to Paris Menifee. So we actually have 4 of these programs a month. We meet outstanding students and families, and we want to share to all of our parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters how our students were selected today, and it is through our mission statement. And that is that we're a local recognition program that honors outstanding high school, college-bound seniors for their character, their love of learning, how you all have juggled numerous activities from campus activities to community service or athletics, or have persevered through challenging life circumstances, all in a setting that honors God, our country, community, family, and free enterprise. And I don't know where you can go to get all that under one roof, but we do it here in Murrieta. We do it at our Student of the Month programs. And so you all are here today, not because you have the greatest GPA, which I'm sure you do, or because you have a laundry list of activities, which we know you do in community service, but it's who you are as a person. It's your heart, your passion, your foundation, your values, how you're set apart, how you have made a difference on your campus or in your community or in your family, and you have been noticed. And so we're recognizing you today for how you live, the great decisions that you have made. So it's very exciting to have you here. And we come, and as sponsors and guests, we love hearing your stories. So we'll look forward to you sharing from your heart in just a little bit. We have some wonderful volunteers that actually put the entire program together, and I'd like to introduce them to you now. We have our chair. She is Llewellyn Fickey, and she is with Alta Pacific Bank, and she's unable to be here today, but I will tell you, this woman, she is a hard worker, and we really appreciate Llewellyn very, very much. We have Jennifer Pham, who has been with our program since 2002. She was actually the Murrieta Valley High School Student of the Year, went off to college, has come back, has her own education consulting business, and she volunteers with us. And right now, she's enjoying being a mommy of two. She just had a second son, so we're real excited for her. And then we also have Karen Paris with the Murrieta Valley Unified School District. She is our publicity coordinator, and she takes wonderful notes and puts it together and sends it out to all of our media, along with Kip Cochran from his great photography company. He takes pictures, and together with Karen's wonderful editorials and your pictures, we get that out to everybody. And we also have Dan Stake, and he is with Alta Pacific Bank, and he's one of our wonderful greeters. So Mr. Dan in the back, thank you very much for being a greeter. And we have Andy Morris with Farmers Insurance, and Andy's also with the Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District, another great greeter. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And our communication coordinator, Rhonda Levine from Murrieta Valley Unified School District, and I call her the voice of our program. Where is Miss Rhonda? Right over here. And I'll tell you what, this woman multitasks. She's amazing. So thank you very much, Miss Rhonda. Appreciate you. And our new MC of our program, Mary Walters. And, you know, she is a longtime friend and family member of our program here. Her sons were honored. She's been involved in the Murrieta Valley Unified School District, and we couldn't think of a better choice to have as our MC. So we appreciate you very, very much. And Murrieta Valley Unified School District prints this wonderful program as well, so you can see how all the community comes together in this. We've listed all of our sponsors, and I just want to say a personal thank you to our sponsors. I know that we've worked together all summer long to work with you, to be part of our program, and I just want to personally thank you very much. So with that, back to Mary. Thank you.
Well, let's begin by introducing our principals and our students. So from Murrieta Mesa High School, Principal Steve Ellis with his student Ashley Guerrero. And from Murrieta Canyon Academy, Principal Martina Beach Hedges and her student Velma Sanchez. From Murrieta Valley High School, Principal Mark Pettengill and his student Jacqueline Olson. From Calvary Christian High School, Principal Derek Roth and his student Fernando Cortez. And from Springs Charter School, Principal Ben Taylor and his student Julian Eschkel. And from Vista Murrieta High School, Principal Mick Wager and his student Lauren Kallela. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to bring up Andy Morris to say a few words from the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I have the pleasure of being chairman of the board of the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce and being able to be here today to congratulate all the students on being here this month. Obviously, I think when you were told that you were the student of the month, until you got here, you didn't know how big of a deal it was. The 800 members of the Chamber of Commerce, you guys probably don't realize it, but we really do care about you guys and what you guys are doing, and we're just so proud of you guys. We're also very appreciative of the parents who and the family and the friends that are here today supporting those students and how important it is. And the businesses really do care about you, and we're so proud to be part of this program, this awesome program in this great school district that we're a part of. And we're going to have a certificate here for you guys today as well. And we just want to say how happy we are to be a part of it and that you guys are here today. So thank you so much.
Before we move on, I'd like to introduce special guests that we have with us today. We are very fortunate to have 3 board members from the Murrieta Valley Unified School District. So we have Paul Diffley, Ken Dixon, and Robin Chris. So please give them a round. A few thank yous. We'd like to thank Group 1 Production and Stephen Ashby for videotaping today's event. It will be available to view on the Murrieta Valley Unified School District website or through the link in your program. Stephen, our cameraman, he drives here every morning over the Ortega Highway to be here with us. So give him a big round of applause. And we want to thank Catherine from Kip Photography, who is providing everyone free access to all of the pictures from this morning. Parents and those in attendance can visit his website listed in the program to view the pictures. So thank you, Kip. And thank you to the City of Murrieta for providing airtime on our Time Warner channel so everyone can see this wonderful event. And now I'd like to introduce the breakfast sponsors. Margaret Jones, our longtime MC, she's a breakfast sponsor from A1 Tuscany Travel. Dave Robinson from Alpha Baking Company, and please stand if you are here this morning. Derek Gonzalez from Altura Credit Union, thank you, Derek. Nadchelli Rodriguez from Azusa Pacific University. Dan Bechet from Bechet Enterprises. Amanda Werkheiser from Cal State San Marcos. Derek Roth from Calvary Murrieta Christian School. Malia Ortloff from Eastern Municipal Water District. John Vega from Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. Catherine Pepe from Loma Linda University Medical Center, and she is also a volunteer, so thank you, Catherine. Morris Myers from Mount San Jacinto College. Sally Myers and Shannon Murdoff from Sizzler Restaurants. Catherine Hansen from Springs Charter School. Brenda Denstedt from Western Municipal Water District, who thanks you for your water conservation. And then we'd like to talk a little bit about the Student of the Year process. All of you students, now you're in a special group. As the Student of the Month, you will be invited to complete a scholarship application in the spring for the Student of the Year. You will compete against the other students of the month from your school only. So you're only going to compete with about 9 or 10 students. The Student of the Year breakfast will be in May, and your principals will be in contact with you to give you that scholarship application coming up in the spring. At this time, we'd like to introduce our scholarship sponsors. We have Ray Evans and Sal Mendez from Abbott Vascular. Thank you. Dave Robinson from Alpha Baking, the Sizzler Bread Company. Dan Stake from Alta Pacific Bank. David Bechet from Bechet Enterprises. Mr. and Mrs. Ken Dixon. Andy Morris from Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. Mr. and Mrs. Pat Kelly. Catherine Pepe from Loma Linda University Medical Center, Murrieta. Mary Lou Dillard from Mount San Jacinto College. Robin Chris from RC Grading. Roxanne Schulinger from Rotary Club of Murrieta. Nicole Farnham from Southwest Healthcare Systems. And then our gift sponsors. Each of you students, you're going to get a backpack full of items and full of certificates and gifts. So our gift sponsors, we have the City of Murrieta, Murrieta Family YMCA, Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District, Save the Animals, Sizzler, Richie's Diner, Texas Roadhouse, Altura Credit Union, Mulligan Family Fun Center, Bechet Enterprises, Jersey Mike's, Temecula Olive Oil Company, Western Municipal Water District, Witch Superior Sandwiches, and Sandy is here from Witch this morning. Thank you for coming. And so you will get a whole bunch of certificates, so you'll be able to go out and enjoy quite a few meals. And then our Student of the Year gift sponsors are Loma Linda University Medical Center. Catherine Pepe was with us this morning. Costco and Murrieta Chamber of Commerce. So you please refer to your program for the entire list of sponsors this morning. Now we're going to move on to the most important part of our program, the student presentations. You'll hear examples of character, college choice, and future. The students will share their heartfelt stories with you today. You will quickly understand why they are chosen as Students of the Month. Remember, the time limit is 5 minutes per school. So the principal gets to speak for a minute, the student gets to speak for about 2.5 minutes, the teacher gets to speak for a minute, and the family gets to speak for the minute. Students, when you come forward, please bring your family and your guests with you. Guests, save a dry corner of your napkin for the heartfelt student presentations. And students, try to relax and speak clearly into the microphone. It's okay, we're family here. And please stand close together so that way we can get the viewing on the camera so everyone can see. And so we'll have the principal and the staff member come up on this side, and the student and the parents come up on the other side. So we'd like to begin this morning with Murrieta Mesa High School, Ashley Guerrero.
Good morning. Before I get started, Mrs. Walters is extremely humble. She failed to mention that she and her husband have been faithful sponsors of the scholarship for years as well. And she didn't want to say that to herself. Excuse me. Good morning. My name is Steve Ellis, and I'm the principal at Murrieta Mesa High School. I would like to start by thanking Sally, Jennifer, Llewellyn, the Chamber of Commerce, and all the other sponsors for this great morning. I love this morning. I would also like to thank and congratulate all of the other students and their parents and their educators that made this possible. It takes a village for all of us to be here. I'm privileged to work with incredible students like the young lady you're about to meet. I am also lucky enough to get to attend this event every month, my favorite start of the day. This morning, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Murrieta Mesa Senior of the Month for October, Ashley Guerrero. Ashley is a great student, maintaining a high GPA while taking all the rigorous schedule with several AP classes. In Ashley's 3+ years at Mesa, her involvement and accomplishments are many. She's heavily involved in our NJROTC program. Currently, she's a company commander. I made her explain this to me. Sorry, Chief. I don't know all this. So basically, she's second in charge, I think. I think I got that right?
Correct.
Okay. She's been involved in our Leadership via Senate class. She coordinated our past blood drives. She's an active member in our Link Crew Club, which is something we just started last year that really has tons of activities to connect our freshmen to high school when they get there. It's a great program we have. She was a great student volunteer at the Special Olympics, the Student Special Olympics, the first one ever held in the area last year, and she'll be looking forward to that this year. She's a member of NHS, CSF organizations, CalHOSA, which is our student organization for future workers in the medical field. She's been involved with our varsity lacrosse program all 3 years it has existed. So she's one of the original Murrieta lacrosse players. This will be her 4th year in the program, so that's exciting. All of these involvements and activities are great, but they do not define what Ashley means to the Mesa community. I first got to know Ashley and her family when she was a freshman. She might not remember this, I do. They showed up for our Share the Harvest event at school where the entire family worked to make that event a success. I'm sure in November it'll be the 4th year I see her family there. And they're there every year volunteering for hours just to make it happen, behind the scenes, opening cans, washing dishes, whatever it takes. She humbly estimates, and I had to pull this out of her, that between NJROTC and her other community service, she has about 500 plus community service hours in her time at Mesa. She's also volunteered for the Murrieta Police Department, helping to run their Pause for Laws fundraiser. It's clear from the nominations I received from the staff, they believe Ashley embodies Mesa pride, purpose, responsibility, integrity, duty, and excellence. Here's what Ashley means to me personally. She's a constant bright spot at Mesa. She always greets me with a smile, while the politeness and respect just oozes out of her. She's constantly putting others before herself. She's the true definition of a servant leader and just represents herself, her family, and her school in the best of all lights at all times. I want to say thank you to her family and all other adults and educators that had a hand in raising her excellent job. I'm excited for you to hear from Ashley this morning. While I'm pretty sure she will downplay her accomplishments and act as she doesn't know why she's even here this morning, I assure you that she's the type of student that this program was designed to recognize. It is my pleasure to introduce Ashley Guerrero.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Thank you for everything you've said. Like Mr. Ellis said, I'm a senior at Murrieta Mesa. I believe that 3 words I've been taught my 4 years at Mesa are honor, courage, and commitment. I learned this through Chief Meredith's NJROTC program, and they are applied to everything in life. You have to have honor in everything you do by making sure you have the time and the responsibility in everything to complete every task honestly and in a time commitment. Courage to step out of your comfort zone and go beyond the extra mile. Commitment to everything and dedicating your time responsibly to every single activity you have. I'd like to thank my parents because they're always there for me. You have raised me very well. I don't know how you did that. Thank you, Chief Meredith, for everything you do. You encourage me so much. And thank you, Mr. Ellis, for allowing me to be here. My plans for next year are kind of simple. I want to go to either UCI or Cal State San Marcos to complete my nursing degree, become an RN, either work in the emergency room or labor and delivery. And until then, I'm going to work as an EMT and then hopefully become a paramedic on the side. So and my next guest is Chief Meredith.
So sorry I'm going to have to read some of this because if I just go off the cuff, I'll be here for 10 minutes telling you how great she is and how she makes me want to be a better person. First, thank you, Chambers of Commerce, for putting this on. And I'm so excited about talking about Ashley Guerrero today. She's the most caring student that I have ever taught. Every Monday, I ask my students, what did you do this weekend? Every Monday, she says, I volunteered. She's not bragging. She's trying to get the other students to come with her to come help our community. Last weekend, she did 2 fundraisers, one to help raise money for pets with Murrieta Police Department. Then after she finished that, she went and helped do fundraising for Murrieta Mesa's lacrosse team. The weekend prior, she woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning just to go help fight breast cancer at the Susan B. Coleman Race for the Cure. 5 o'clock in the morning, she was putting tents up. At noon, she was tearing tents down. If you ever come in my room at lunch, she's the one helping everyone with their homework. She even brings extra food for those kids who didn't bring food to eat. She's also very intelligent, maintains almost a 3.9 GPA, but this is juggling all the volunteering. I gotta look, sorry. Yeah, playing varsity lacrosse. And again, she's not part of the Link Crew. She's the president of Link Crew, and she's actually planning this year's Special Olympics, which, if you talk to her, is one of the most exciting things that she's doing because she loves, again, everything she does, she wants to help people. She's my commanding officer of Alpha Company, which means she helps mentor 165 cadets. Everything she does, she sets the example for them to do. She's helped plan 32 events this year, which helps keep all my cadets involved in my program, keeps my program going. Always setting the example. Even challenging me. Last week she asked me, are you going to share the harvest? And how can you say no? She plans on being a nurse when she graduates. I think it's a perfect job because all she does is give. If I'm ever ill, she's a person I want at my bedside. Ashley, thank you for being my student and teaching me so much and making me want to be a better person. All right? And the person who made her, here comes her dad.
So how do you express in a minute the pride you have for your child? It's not possible. So thank you, Principal Ellis and Chief Meredith, for taking up all of our time. Appreciate that. Her mother, Michelle, and I, we fought to be able to speak. Fortunately, I had paper, so I won over her rock. So on Ashley here, what do you say? This is a child who has given everything to everybody else. She spends all her time volunteering, I think she got all her volunteer hours in the first year when she was a freshman. So she could then coast the rest of the time, but she didn't do that. She kept volunteering. We don't get to see her as often because she's always doing these events, whether it's lacrosse, whether it's blood drives. She's always so busy doing things and giving of herself that we couldn't be prouder of her for the young lady that she is. Because she's so involved in all these activities, as a father, something that other fathers can understand and appreciate, she's too busy for boys. That is just phenomenal for us. We can keep encouraging this volunteering and activities in school to keep the other element away. Ashley, we're proud of you. We love you very much, and we look forward to your future.
Thank you.
All right, now it is my pleasure to introduce Murrieta Canyon Academy's principal, Martina Beach Hedges.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Well, good morning, and thank you for allowing me to be here to share our Student of the Month, Velma Sanchez. Sorry. I just want to say that Murrieta Canyon, we are a school of choice that houses 3 programs: Carpe Diem, our daily program, and our independent study program. And our students come because they need a different way of accomplishing the ultimate high school goal, to earn their diploma. We have students come with a variety of things going on in their lives, and we are there to help, to guide, and support, and to do what it takes for our students to be successful, whatever that means for that student, because success means different things for different students. And we get students from all of the comprehensives and all, around the county. Well, Velma, she is our ultimate student success story, and I'm excited that she's our first Student of the Month for this year. Velma came to us her sophomore year after completing only 1 semester of her freshman year. So she started as a sophomore, 1 semester down. She started out a bit behind most, which is scary enough when she comes to us. But to her credit, I have to say that did not discourage her, and that's what she is all about. Velma went to work. She didn't think about what she was behind. She went to work to accomplish her goal. So now let's fast forward to her senior year this year. Velma Sanchez will graduate 1 semester early. She will graduate in December. And not only is she graduating in December, she's ranked 6th in her class. I just shared with her this morning. She didn't even know this. I shared with her this morning. I was looking over things, and I looked at her first 6 weeks. We look at who's doing poorly and trying to help them. And I looked at Velma's. She earned, and which is her highest, she earned for the first 6 weeks a 3.6, which is amazing, and I am so proud of her. Not only is she a hard worker, but she has a heart full of joy. You can't be around her without smiling, even when she's having a bad day, and it's amazing. We just had this talk, I think it was last week or the week before. She came in and she's like, "Miss Beach, I really need to speak with you. I'm just really having a rough day." And I'm like, "Absolutely, Velma, come on in." How many people want to come in and tell you about their rough day as a principal? It doesn't happen, really. They all go to the counselor, which, whatever. Whatever. But she's like, "I really need to talk with you because I feel comfortable with you." She's having a rough day and she's trying to make me feel good. She's just amazing. Her happiness is always contagious. She doesn't, even when she's having a bad day, she's smiling. When she's nervous, she's smiling. When the voting took place for our school, on our campus, multiple staff members voted for Velma because of her positive outlook, her hard work, and her dedication to improve herself. She has come a very long way, and we're so proud of her. This young lady has grit, and that's what we try to make sure that our students are having now. And she has the potential to do whatever she sets her mind to. I introduce Velma Sanchez.
Thank you. Hi. As you can tell, I'm shaking.
That's right. We're all good.
Okay, so this is my stepdad, Josh. He's been there since forever. This is my mom. And this is my best friend, Kenny. This is my niece, Trinity. I'm just nervous, so I'm shaking. For college, I want to be a veterinarian because I love animals and they make me happy. And I want to go to Platt Technical School first and then see what happens there. Right now in high school, I'm volunteering at Animal Friends of the Valley, you know, trying to get a little bit of experience in. I'm graduating early. It was a long way, like Ms. Beach said. The most important thing that I always say is be happy. Like, if you're sad, don't make anyone else feel sad. Even if you're having a bad day, just try to be happy. Because if you're sad, then, like, if I'm sad, my best friend's gonna be sad, and she can't cheer me up. Then we're all sad. So I try to be happy. I don't want to talk in circles. Oh my gosh, I don't know where to go. I plan on giving back to the community by being a vet, is taking care of animals, bring them into me, and I'll try to make them feel better, do it as vets do. When I first came here to Murrieta Canyon Academy, I was really behind. I dropped out a whole semester of my freshman year. It was really hard, and then when I got there, everyone was so nice, and they let you go at your pace. You weren't rushed. We didn't have due dates, so they trusted you a lot to get your work done, and I took very much advantage of that, and I did everything that I could so fastly in short amount of time so I could be and make my mom proud. I'm going to be the first one of my family, 4 siblings, to graduate, and making my mom proud is the most important thing to me. She's had a hard time too, and she's overcame it, and here we are now. And so I want to show her that I can do that too. Don't want to ruin my makeup. I've got school after this, I think. But I'm graduating early, and I'm doing it all for her and myself too, but I want to show her that I can, and I'm going to do it for her. I want to make her so proud. It's like my biggest goal. And then my stepdad too, of course. He taught me how to drive. Sure, a little bit crazy sometimes, but he's been there too. And I love them so much. I wouldn't be here without them and all their support that they give me. And yeah, I think I went over my 2 minutes. So this is Mr.
My name is Jason Rothline, and I had the pleasure of meeting Velma last year. I got to Murrieta Canyon last year, second semester, and I walked into class, and our class sizes vary very much so because of the format that Ms. Beach explained to you. And I had a class with 7 students in it, and Velma was one of them. And I had a great opportunity to really gain those connections, have conversations, and find out what people were there for, what their goals were afterwards. And Velma has shared forever that her interests have been making people happy, and her interest in animals, how much she's constantly showing me, hey, look at my puppy, hey, look at this turtle, hey, you know, and it's fun for me. I teach science, so, you know, for me it's relevant and makes sense. But, you know, I had a whole lot of that I wanted to tell you about Velma, but when you get up here and you watch somebody who has a heartfelt conversation like she just had with you, there's really nothing that I can say that's going to top that, other than to say that her selflessness that she just exemplified here by talking about why she's doing what she's doing and how she wants to help other people, that's why we're here to celebrate Velma. That embodies everything that she is and everything that she brings to Murrieta Canyon Academy, the example that she sets for her peers. So congratulations, you're going to be a success, and don't worry, don't ever look back, always look forward.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Joshua Tiffany. I honestly, like the last parent said, there's no way to express how proud we are of what Velma's done. Watching a child that didn't necessarily have the vision inside that she could do this kind of an accomplishment, and watching her being able to gain that and watching her blossom into a young woman has been an amazing gift. We are so proud of you. And I just want you to remember that you can do anything. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, well, top that, I'm just saying. Okay, so it is my privilege to introduce Murrieta Valley High School's principal, Mark Pettengill, and his student, Jacqueline Olson.
I find that when we have an opportunity to introduce or acknowledge our top students in Murrieta, the common threads are hearts of service and strong family connections. Jacqueline Olson is a great example of doing everything the right way with respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. It is with tremendous pleasure that I acknowledge Jacqueline Olson. I enjoy her story. This story is about Jacqueline, but this story is about these three ladies. Jacqueline, her mother, Cheryl, and her sister, Juliana, moved from Kansas City to Murrieta when Jacqueline was in the 6th grade. She is currently a straight A student, an IB diploma student. She served 3 years in color guard at Thompson Middle School and Murrieta Valley High School. She has served the last 7 years in leadership. She has been a part of our SAD program, Students Against Dangerous Decisions, for 4 years, the last 2 as co-president. She was honored as one of the top students in the nation to attend SAD Speaks in Washington, D.C. She has attended site conferences in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Orlando, Florida. She currently serves as our ASB City Council rep and school board representative. She hopes to attend UC Riverside and become an ER doctor. Mrs. Moon, her ASB director, says, "It's been my privilege to watch her grow and mature into such a strong leader. She leads by example and very few words. She is a quiet leader and a very strong leader." She started our driving campaign 2 years ago on campus, where we remind our students about the importance of safe driving. But she was involved in a car accident recently, so.
And I'm the one that showed her how to drive.
Jacqueline has strong values for herself, and she has no problem living by them. Possibly her most impressive acknowledgement, I've had a chance to speak on her behalf previously, but I love this. Possibly her most impressive acknowledgement is that her mother, Cheryl, says, "If I could pick anyone to emulate, it would be my daughter." Jacqueline Olson.
First off, I just want to say thank you for hosting me here and for all the kind words that Dr. Pettengill has said. Like he said, during my 6th grade year, I moved to Murrieta, California. At first, when I heard I was moving to California for my mom's business, I was kind of scared because I was like, where am I moving to? What are the people gonna be like? And I'm proud to say that I'm like really glad to be a part of this community. My mom and my sister moved here with me without my dad, so that was an adjustment to get used to. But the Murrieta community really just came together to like support me and to support each other through any difficulties with my friends, with my family. The Murrieta community has always been there, especially the students and staff of Murrieta Valley. the IB program that I'm a part of has been so inspiring to me because the teachers really are there. They get to know your individual stories, and they get to understand how you work as a student. They have conversations with you in class and after class. How your day is going is one of the most common things that you hear, but they also get to like joke around with you and be sarcastic, which can be fun at times, but at times you're just like, I just really don't understand the topic, but they really just try and they try and push you to be a better student, which I think is an important part of the Murrieta Valley atmosphere. But more than that, our SAD program at our school is really important to me and a lot of students on campus. Myself, I've had family members do destructive decisions and continue destructive decisions even after losing family members. During my sophomore year, I lost my grandfather because he was a smoker and it caused him to get lung cancer. And it was a really low point, but through the SAD program, I found a voice. Thank you. To express to students why drugs and tobacco use should not be okay, and to express why distracted driving and impaired driving, it's not okay. But the SAD program has really evolved. It's a national program. There's over 400,000 students involved nationwide. Every year at the conference, you meet new people who really just try and support you and support each other, and to spread awareness and to get students and their families to lead safe and more secure lives. I'm really excited to share this moment with Mrs. Carlson and my mom and my younger sister, who has brought a lot of light into my life. So without further ado, thank you so much.
Okay, just making sure. I'm Mrs. Carlson. I would happily be Jacqueline's mom, though. She is an amazing, amazing young lady. I am the SAD advisor. So I don't have Jacqueline in any of my classes, but I see her an awful lot because Jacqueline is the SAD chapter. I'm the adult, but sometimes I ask her questions because she really is so mature and so good at guiding our group of very inspiring young people that want to make good decisions and want to share their choices to make good decisions with other people on our campus. Jacqueline is in the full IB program, which means she does not sleep. But every once in a while I see her in my classroom and she's helping to guide our group. She makes the decisions. How are we going to do our campaign so that we can suggest to other students, hey, it's a good idea to wear your seatbelt. Just yesterday we had a campaign and she was the forefront out there on their microphone, and we had a fun campaign to remind students it's a good idea to wear your seatbelt. Jacqueline has gone to several conferences because she comes back and she inspires more people. The big thing that I love about Jacqueline is her character. She doesn't tell people what to do. She does certain things. She's a leader by example. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff right here that I'm not going off of because Dr. P talked about a lot of it. So I'm just going to tell you from my heart how impressed I am with this young lady by the way that she acts and how people follow her because of her integrity and by the things that she does. So I'm extremely proud to know Jacqueline. I'm going to miss her next year. I hope she visits me, but she's an amazing young lady. Thank you for being in my classroom.
I'm Jacqueline's mom, and with her starting to cry, that really makes this very difficult. But I just want to tell everybody thank you, because it's the citizens of Murrieta that are making all of our children extraordinary, not ordinary. Jacqueline is honestly my hero. Dr. P said, we moved here a little over 6.5 years ago. I was forced as a mother with a difficult situation with something very dark that happened to Jacqueline. And we decided that we needed to start something fresh and new. So the three of us loaded up belongings and came to the city of Murrieta in a U-Haul, and we started fresh. And we are very fortunate because the city, the city totally embraced Jacqueline and her sister, but you didn't just stop there. You actually elevated her because she was very voiceless, kind of like I am right now. And you certainly challenged her with her studies and her community projects, and it's paid off. Jacqueline has brought these gifts to other students and families. We've opened our home to a homeless child and this child's parents. We realized how fortunate we were as we offered nutritious meals, a place to stay, and warm bath. That's all things that we, even the three of us, had always taken for granted. But it was very humbling to assist a family that was in bigger need than ourselves. But also, it really opens up your heart and realize that you really do have a lot. She's also assisted a gal that was being pursued at school by an ex-boyfriend that had violent tendencies. So Jacqueline assisted this young lady into her car and drove her to safety. But she didn't just stop there. She went in to get this young gentleman assistance and got the authorities involved and explained to them that he did have suicidal tendencies. So she was looking out for everybody involved. There was also another individual at school that suffered a bigger loss, and Jacqueline decided to keep the door open, and her and this young lady attended homecoming, and they danced together, invited other girls to join them, and they cried together over the unfortunate event that happened to this young lady. And they also ate a whole bunch of yogurt because they didn't have to impress anybody. And she's just very compassionate, and I think it's because all of you embraced her, you elevated her, and you still continue to love her. And that's very appreciated from us, from all of us, and I'm sure the school. And just to end, I just want to say that it's truly illuminated in this amazing group of young men and women that if you really care when you educate, they will accelerate. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Derek Roth from Calvary Murrieta and his student, Fernando Cortez.
All right. Well, my name is Derek Roth. I'm the principal at Calvary Murrieta Christian School. And I just want to pause for a moment and just what an amazing community we live in. The principals and myself, we get to be here monthly, and we get to hear stories of just amazing families, amazing students doing things that I never dreamt of as a high schooler. And what a privilege it is to be able to honor them monthly at this event. So today, Calvary gets to honor an amazing student. Fernando Cortez is, he's family. Calvary, we are one big family, and we love the idea of being able to share each other's joys and each other's burdens also. Fernando, when he came, I remember the first time that I met Fernando, Irma was volunteering, planting some plants around the front of the school, and she brought her son. And Fernando was out there working hard, and he just impressed me from the very beginning. And then when he started coming to our school, just showing his relationship with the Lord and how he loves the Lord so much, and he wants to be able to share that with his friends. Each year, our seniors, they lead throughout their entire senior year with our camp at the very beginning of the year. They're in charge of all of that, and they have a spiritual emphasis day that they're in charge of completely. And they also lead throughout the year in various events. But Fernando was the one who gave us our theme for the year. As he stood in front of his junior class last year, and they were all debating back and forth, what should next year be about? And Fernando said, well, what if we just abandon everything and we're all in for Jesus? And we did everything each and every day with that mindset of all in for the Lord. That's the type of guy Fernando is. And he shared with me his favorite verse. It's 1 Chronicles 28, verse 20. It says, "And David said to his son Solomon, be strong and courageous, and do it. Do not fear or be dismayed, for the Lord your God will be with you until you've finished all the work and service in the house of the Lord." And I think that Fernando, I asked him, I said, well, why is that such an influential verse for you? What does that mean to you? And as he said this, I understood more of what he was going through in his years at our school. This verse keeps me, this is the verse I keep with me because when times are harsh or I feel alone, this verse gives me comfort. When I'm scared, this verse gives me hope. When I'm just so down, I don't know what to do, he will never leave me nor forsake me until I'm done with what he needs me to do. Even if that's just to share his word, that's my purpose. And so Fernando embodies everything that we're about at Calvary. He is a family member that we will deeply miss next year, but one that we're finding great joy in this year. And one of the things I love too is I get to do so many hats at Calvary, right? So I'm also one of the football coaches, and Fernando is one of our captains. And out in the field, it's a competitive environment. Football is not a "how you doing? So good to see you," pat on the back, love you. It's a pretty physical game and can be very competitive. But Fernando, he's the guy that reaches his hand down. He says, "Great job," picks a guy up, pats him on the rear, and says, "Let's do that again." Right? He loves the Lord and wants to share with anybody and everybody. And he leads by example. He's an amazing young man. So, Fernando, we want to hear all about you. Come and share with us.
Hi. So as you can see, I just want to thank all the supporters and everyone out here who's out to support us, just myself and the other students. We really appreciate it, and we're really humbled by the fact that you guys are out here to come support us. So as I was prompted by a white sheet of paper that apparently has authority to answer this one question, was a contribution that I've made to my school. And to me, I count that I am one of the leaders of the huddle called the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To me, it's one of my highest blessings that I can name off the top of my head, and I also think I think a lot of it too, that I get to lead these younger underclassmen who have the potential to be tremendous warriors for Christ, you know, and they'll eventually be off and be even more successful than I could ever be. They are the ones teaching me, and so it's a blessing to be able to lead them in Bible studies and just to encourage them in their sports, and the fact that they're taking so many AP classes. And something before I started doing the Fellowship of Christian Athletes was this lesson that I learned. It was a lesson of learning how to overcome. It was because I hadn't grown up in the church, so I was influenced in a lot of bad ways. I gave in to influence a lot. So during my middle school years and even during my freshman and sophomore years, I was not on a path of success. I was more on the downward spiral of sin. I wasn't on a path to be able to do something like this. I wasn't in anyone's mind to be successful, though Mr. Roth has spoke to say more highly of me. I know that the true story wasn't that I was going to be like that. I was going to be like this, and it wasn't. And there were trials and trials that were put in our way, in my family's way, that they were just winning. The trials were winning, and it was a battle I was never going to win. And it wasn't until my junior year at the camp where one senior gave his testimony that felt so directed to me that it was heartbreaking. You know, I cried a lot that night. It was opening to me, and that's when I finally cried out to God, and I was like, okay, like, this is it. I'm surrendering. This is done. Like, I'm done with this. I'm done with, you know, all the stuff that I've been through. I'm done with the fact that I let everything impact me so much. So I gave it up there, and I just surrendered to Him, and that's when all these other doors started opening up to me, and you know, and being able to persevere, because it's not an easy road. You know, it's not easy to, you know, be a Christian, and then it's not easy to try to juggle a bunch of other things. But, you know, everyone else that's already spoken makes it seem so easy, and then there's just me. I'm like, I'm drowning. And so if I can sum up the lesson that I'm going to take to me to college, would be that life verse, is to just go out there and just do the work. You know, always fight, always do the work. You know, because God will neither leave me nor forsake me, so I will never be alone. And especially with the support of my parents and my teacher and my principal, like, these people have always had my back, and especially my parents. They've always had me. And so what I like to do is to give back is when I go to college, I like to end up into the field of biochemistry and molecular biology, and to be able to help impact the environment in a more positive way and be able to further research into that area, so that way, not only in that area I can help further the efficiency of the environment and be able to impact it in a positive way, but also to glorify God. I am just His humble servant, and so that's what I plan on doing. Thank you.
Well, my name is Tony Hernandez, and I was Fernando's freshman biology teacher, and now I am his AP biology teacher. And he's one of those students that makes you excited to be in the classroom. As educators, we have a front row seat to watching the future develop. And sometimes that is so exciting. And we face a lot of challenges in the biochemical field, in the ecology field, and just in this community and in general in society. But when you watch a student prepare themselves to take on those challenges, to build grit in themselves, to make perseverance an action and not just a word. When you watch them overcome things, when you watch them change their actions, when you watch them challenge their community, their fellow students to be a leader, it's one of those times when you are a fellow student of life in the classroom. And so this student right here is the embodiment of that. He is the embodiment of what we're trying to instill in our students at Calvary. And he's one of those students who didn't start off with that impressive resume, but he did build it. And we are very, very proud of him.
morning. First off, I would like to thank God for all His many blessings. And as Ashley's father said, how you express 18 years of life in 60 seconds. It's very difficult. So I'm going to share with you one of my favorite memories. It happened during one of the Fernando's freshman year soccer game. He was playing defense, and there was a play that result. Just bear with me, please. He was playing defense, and there was a play that resulted in the opposite forward being injured. As soon as Fernando realized that the player need immediate assistance, Fernando proceeded to carry him to the sideline. Fernando has always had the willingness to help his peers, along with his diligent approach to education and his ever respectful attitude towards his teachers, coaches, and pastors. Fernando, we are very proud of you. Thank you.
Okay, I don't think I have any more tears. I think they're just like, it's all like dry now. But anyway, next up we have Springs Charter School with Principal Ben Taylor.
Good morning. First of all, thank you for welcoming our school. Come this way, Julian. We appreciate being here and honoring all these wonderful students. My name is Ben Taylor. I'm the first year principal at Temecula Student Center for Springs Charter, and I've known Julian for a little over 2 months. And all the accolades that all these other students have talked about, GPAs and AP classes and president of the student body and all those wonderful things Julian has on his resume. But what amazes me is the positive impact this young man has on our school. We're a small high school, 215 students, and every decision we've made this year, I see this kid, this tall, lanky kid come in, and I'm like, who is this kid? How does he have all this power and all this positive impact? And Julian, that's just the person Julian is. So one of the first things that we did together was revamp our ASB leadership class, and as you know, as principals, I can get sticky with all the money collection and all that kind of good stuff. And it was like working with an incredibly competent adult. And I'm looking at this kid going, a 17-year-old, and he has a brain and a mind and a positive outlook like this. And so I'm very pleased to announce that he's our student of the month, and we look forward to hearing his story. So Julian.
Thank you. I'd like to start off by saying I think there was a gentleman that said in the very beginning that some of us might have underestimated how big a deal this was. I was definitely one of those people. Like, I was not expecting to be nervous, and I'm like really shaking, especially seeing the students that I'm kind of being held up to, like these other presentations. So I'd like to share my experience contributing to my school and my academics and my aspirations and all that. But I'd like to start by recognizing the fact that this is going to sound like super cheesy, like straight out of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But so I'll start in 8th grade. That summer, I don't know how, I kind of developed this obsession for math, and that's like the nerdiest thing. But over the summer, I kind of took the advantage of the free time I had and just watched videos on Khan Academy. And I just like kept going. Like that summer, I like finished videos on multivariable calculus, and it was just like my obsession. I loved it. And it was like at that moment that I realized that that was what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to keep learning, and I love math, and I knew that to do that I needed to go to like a research university and go to a grad school, and that those were my goals. I really want I'm really interested in academia. And obviously that means that going into high school, I knew that I had to do what I could to impress colleges. And looking back, I realized that that was, I was a little, it wasn't very heartfelt. In the beginning, they were like, I just kind of said yes to everything because I knew that I needed to. It was like NHS, sure. Internship, yes, please. Tutoring, yeah, I'll do it. I just kind of did all these things because I wanted to, put things on my application. And over time, it was really over time, last year that I kind of realized that I do enjoy these things. I'm president of student leadership now, and we put on this event, for example, last week. It was a little, it was an informal, we just invited high school. It was a free event, and just to see, the morale of the students, it was really heartwarming to me. And I don't know how it goes and how the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think there's a line that's like his heart grew 10 sizes that day. But that was me. And the lesson I took away from that is it's really important to enjoy the things you do and to do it wholeheartedly and to really learn from them and not to do it because you think it'll be impressive on a college application. And I wish that I had known that earlier. And don't get me wrong, I definitely I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've had, the things that I've said yes to in the last 4 years. I'm happy to have taken all the difficult classes that I've taken, but yeah, I've learned that doing things with integrity and doing things because you like it and because you want to make that contribution is very, very important. And I've realized that that's kind of the basis of true ambition. It's not just you like math and you want to go to a good college. It's that you do things because you really, look for the positive effect that it will have. And my dreams are still there, and I'm working on my application to Stanford right now. We'll see how that goes. I know they're pretty selective. But yeah, this is a lot. Like I said, I'm super nervous right now. So let me introduce Miss Summer. She was my former foreign language teacher, and I might just say that foreign language also became my obsession. I learned Spanish and I'm learning French right now, and I've been learning Hebrew for a while. Yeah, and I'm currently interning with her in the classroom. Anyway, yeah, I've been talking for too long. Here's Miss Summer.
Good morning, I'm Erica Zemmer. I've had the pleasure of mentoring Julian in the area of foreign language for 3 years, and he's my student intern this year. Our staff nominated Julian because for several reasons. He embodies our school's graduate learner outcomes of being an independent learner, a capable communicator, an analytical thinker, and a noteworthy citizen. He also is a beacon for one of the tenets of our school, which is that every child possesses the innate curiosity to learn. Julian has a unique passion for academia that's unmatched. His desire to know everything that he possibly can know about a particular topic stands out from many of the students that I've had in the 16 years that I've been serving in secondary education. I mentioned mentoring Julian because he has challenged me as a professional. He's redefined my role as an educator. We think of teaching and learning as I'm the teacher and I'm going to impart all of my knowledge and wisdom to you, but my role as an educator was definitely redefined having Julian as a student. I more or less was only able to just point him in the right direction and suggest resources, and then watch him take initiative in his own learning. So not only does Julian exhibit the characteristics of a lifelong learner, he's an all-around excellent person. He's humble, he's giving, he volunteers his time in other departments within our school, and with his peers in peer tutoring. Julian, thank you for making our school a better place. Thank you for making me a better educator. I am so proud to stand here and recognize Julian this morning as our Student of the Month. And thank you, Sally, and your whole crew and the sponsors that just make this incredible program possible. And we're really honored to be a part of it.
I'd like to welcome up Vista Murrieta's principal, Mark Wager, and his student, Lauren.
to do. Yes.
Okay, yes. I guess in light of all my nervousness, I left out a pretty important thing. So I do still really want to go into like applied mathematics, and I do really want to minor in linguistics and like Romance literature. Romance is in like European languages, and I hope to get graduate degrees and to continue working in academia and to make discoveries. I mean, that was the most enjoyable thing to me when I was kind of going on that journey in 8th grade and learning a bunch of things. Of course, all the things that I was learning were already discovered, but for me, I would make sure to derive the formulas myself just because it was so fun to learn something new. I mean, it was for me. But anyway, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to go hopefully to Stanford, get into grad school, and be on the forefront of STEM research. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Right there with you. That's exactly what I wanted to do. You want to come in close? We have to do this. Hey, good morning, everybody. And I'm Nick Wager. I'm the principal at Vista Murrieta High School. And I want to say congratulations to all of our students of the month this morning. It's been an incredible morning. The stories are just something else. You have all overcome so many obstacles. Everybody who has gotten to this level have overcome something and have sacrificed something in their life to get here. So I'm glad we're able to honor you this morning. And speaking of working hard, I want to introduce to you Vista Murrieta Senior Student of the Month, Lauren Colella. Lauren is our ASB president, but I should tell you that, and that seems like, oh, ASB president, that should be one of your students of the month, every year. But at Vista, it always hasn't been. Just being an ASB president doesn't make you automatically Student of the Month. I mean, it's certainly a big deal, but we look at the whole student and to see if that student really exemplifies our motto of class, which is character, leadership, attitude, scholarship, and service, and she has each of these qualities in spades. I also want to introduce and welcome Lauren's mother and father. Thank you for being here, and her honored guest, Ms. Sherry Calderon, who is Lauren's honored guest, as I said, and our activities secretary at the school. At the end of last school year, we had to make an unexpected transition to a new activities director, and that's a really big deal. If you're a principal, you know what I'm talking about. That's a difficult decision or adjustment to make over the summer, and for a lot of reasons I won't get into because it's a big deal. But because of Lauren's character and positive attitude, she's ASB president, as I said, it made it a smooth transition after all. We were all put at ease to a large extent because we had confidence in a student leader such as Lauren, who was going to handle things, going to run all of the things that have to happen for an activities program over the summer. She was there to lead the students, and she was that sort of constant presence there that made everything smoother. So Lauren saved Vista Murrieta High School. So I don't want to understate it, I don't want to overstate it, but thank you very much, Lauren, for being there because it really put us at ease having her there. Lauren's activity does not stop at being an ASB president, which is a big enough job in itself. She's part of National Honor Society, CSF, Link Crew, Interact Club. She's been recognized in ASB as by being voted as most inspirational one year, and then the next year, Leader of the Year. Lauren is also the president of a club on campus called Soul Hope. This club's purpose is to cut denim from old jeans into patterns, shoe patterns, and then send them to an organization in Uganda where they're joined with some shoes, with shoe soles made from repurposed tire tread. And then they're fashioned into shoes for people who need them there, and it creates jobs for people and shoes, obviously, for people who need shoes. And it's no wonder that she earned the Presidential Volunteer Service Award for her over 200 hours of community service. She, I'm sure, has logged many hours or has done many hours that go unlogged as ASB president. She's constantly there, constantly giving back and serving the school community. Another very large role Lauren has taken on is her involvement in CASEL, which is the California Association of Student Leaders. She was selected this year to serve as the Southern Director for the state of California, which is a really big deal and requires a major time commitment and traveling, to Sacramento or wherever she needs to go. On top of all this, she's an outstanding scholar, taking a multitude of AP and dual enrollment courses with something like a 4.23 GPA, and that's a really tough thing to do as an ASB president, I've got to tell you. Lauren, we're so proud of you and your achievements. Thank you for your service to our school. You make it a better place. And most importantly, all along, you've conducted yourself at the highest level of class, and you're just a really, really nice, friendly girl. Yes. She smiles. She's just always positive and upbeat. And I've never seen her be down in the toughest circumstances. She's been there as a positive and like I said, friendly, smiling source and a source of light. So this is a well-deserved honor, and I'm proud to call you a Bronco. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hi everyone, like Mr. Baker said, I'm Lauren Klala, and I just wanted to start off by thanking everybody for allowing me to be here today. I'm extremely grateful, and I just remember as like a freshman and a sophomore and junior, just like watching all the Student of the Months like get awarded on our campus, and just being like, I hope like one day I can make an impact to be in their place. So here I am today, so yeah, that's exciting. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, but I've lived in Murrieta since I was 2 years old, so I've always been in this community, and I'm just really grateful to be here, and also just like for my amazing parents, Sandy and Mike, yeah, thank you. They just every single day inspire me to be a better person and just to be the best person that I can be, and without their constant support, I wouldn't be where I am today and be able to do all the things that I've done. And like Mr. Wager said, we did have some difficulties in the ASB program this year, and going in, like, we had a month until our first event with no activities director, so me and the rest of my cabinet were scrambling to figure out how to lead a class by ourselves. But having Mrs. Calderon by our side, like, throughout that entire process was very, very helpful as, like, our activities secretary. She just really, like, stepped up and helped us figure out what we were supposed to be doing and how we could do it just as students to make it beneficial for our entire class. But I'm just, again, just so grateful, especially to go to Vista Murrieta High School, obviously thanks to Mr. Wager and the amazing staff, because not only has, like, the atmosphere at Vista is just so amazing, and it's something that you can't find anywhere else, and really just being able to come onto campus and be able to say hi to everybody and just have all of the friendly faces is just something I wake up every single morning just like grateful to be a part of. So thank you, Mr. Wager, for being a part of that and helping our atmosphere be like that, and also for teaching us all of the wonderful pillars of class. I'm just really grateful for that. And lastly, just all of the things that I've been like honored to do, such as the California Association of Student Leaders, that just really has taught me that I need to learn to better myself, so in turn I can better others through all of the different things that we learn. And I know grit was mentioned a lot here, so just one of the biggest things that I've learned from Castle and from being at Vista is just that you need to persevere through everything. So I am so grateful. And last but not least, do you want Mother? Oh, yeah, Ms. Calderon. Oh, but I should probably say what I'm doing first. I forgot that too. So you're welcome. After high school, I'm in the process of applying to a long list of schools, so I'm working on narrowing that down, but we'll see where I end up. But I am eager to get a bachelor's degree in business, hopefully, so I can better prepare myself for getting a master's in psychology, with either an emphasis in the criminal justice route of it or the sports route of it. We'll see what I end up doing, so I can just help multiple people in those specific fields. But yeah, and then Ms. Calderon.
So I'm Sherry Calderon, and yes, I am the activities secretary at Vista, and I am the only staff member here that is not a teacher. So to me, that is a testament to Lauren, who doesn't just notice what's happening directly in front of her. She pays attention to what's happening behind the scenes, because she could have chose anybody on campus. So I'm very honored that she chose me. When she says well, first off, Mick and I should have talked ahead of time, because he said everything I was going to say about her. Yeah. But the fact that she says she wakes up every morning, you know, looking forward to coming to school and stuff. I don't think she wakes up every morning. I just don't think she ever went to sleep. No. Honestly.
Me either.
I see her. I know everything she does, how many hours she puts into just everything and helping everybody, not just seniors. She'll help the freshmen. She's the go-to person for everybody. The juniors float for homecoming had issues. Instead of going out with the seniors, she stayed behind with them to make sure they got their float all taken care of. She is truly the backbone of this program. I haven't seen a leader at our school in many, many years like her. She kept in contact with me the entire summer to make sure that this year, moving forward, when we did not have an activities director, was going to be the most successful that she could make it, because she cared about everybody else first. You're welcome. So I just want to thank Lauren for all of her dedication.
Sure, make me cry as I come up. My name is Sandy, and this is my husband Mike, and we honestly could not be more proud to be here. This is my third trip here, I have to say. And that's interesting because Lauren's an only child. But we were blessed, and we say that now, and said it a lot during then, but during a very trying time to take on Lauren's cousins. So Lauren went from being an only child at the age of 9 in 3rd or 4th grade to me getting 2 teenagers that were behind in school and needed a lot of care and a lot of support. And it was incredible the way this group of people in this room rallied. So I can stand up here and I am so proud of my daughter. But I want to say thank you to this community and to the Murrieta Valley School District, because honestly, I went from this little girl in, you know, where I was volunteering in her classroom and writing on chalkboards and stuff, to having 2 teenagers and not knowing what the heck I was going to do. And Vista Murrieta embraced me, and the Murrieta School District embraced me, and later it was then known as Creekside. They were wonderful, wonderful to work with, and I am blessed now to have 2 other children, and she's not an only child anymore, and they're terrific people who went on to serve in the military and do great things. And so it's just an honor to be here. Lauren has persevered. She's been resilient. We're blessed to be her parents, and thank you again for allowing us to be here the 3rd time.
Thank you. And we'll get Mary Walters back up here. A quick shout out to Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Nice to see you back there.
Thank you, Margaret, for coming. Thank you, students, parents, and staff, for sharing your stories this morning. This is why we had to keep the corner of the napkin for the stories. You have blessed us this morning, and we are so hopeful for the future because of you. And this is why all of us here come every month. So at this time, I'd like to have our dignitaries come forward. We have Fire Battalion Chief Stephen King, Brenda Denstedt from Congressman Ken Calvert's office, John Hunneman from Senator Jeff Stone's office, Samantha Stillwell from Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, and Mr. Pat Kelly from Murrieta Valley Unified School District. They will share a few words with you this morning, and while they're coming up over here, I'm going to share some work that you have to do. So remember, you have that program with all of the sponsors, right? Take a look at that. We have wonderful thank you cards for you to fill out to all of the donors, and envelopes. And what we've done this year is we have labels. So to make it easier for you, so you don't have to hand address all those envelopes, and then you will fill out your thank you cards and you will give it to your principal, and then they will make sure that they get mailed to the sponsors. So those thank you cards go a long way. They help to give back to the sponsors, so that way they continue to give to our program. So with that, I'll turn it over to Fire Battalion Chief Stephen King.
Good morning. this is actually my first event that I've come for Student of the Month, and actually I'm quite impressed. I'm covering the event for Chief Ferguson and Chief Lancer, who couldn't make it this morning. Again, I was quite impressed. I congratulate all of the recipients. I saw a lot of speeches given. I've seen somebody that were uncomfortable. That was something I struggled with for a long time, but not being able to do public speeches and so on. You guys all did a great job. On behalf of the City of Murrieta, we will be handing out certificates, which you'll each receive out there as part of your package. And again, I just can't say enough. I congratulate you, and what a wonderful accomplishment that you've all done. And good work and good luck in the future. So thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is John Hunneman. I'm with State Senator Jeff Stone's office. Before I start, I'm thinking, you guys are getting so many certificates today that I'm going to set up a stand outside selling frames and retire on that. What struck me today so much, and I go to a lot of these, but especially here in Murrieta, where I've lived for 30 years, is this sense of community. When we moved here, first year that Ovaha Elementary opened, it was the second school, no middle schools, no high schools, and have seen the school district grow and blossom. Our son's got great educations here. My oldest son just turned 39. He's a Murrieta Valley graduate, 1996, and I had the honor of calling him the other day and welcoming him to middle age. And so the district has evolved, because that was one of the earlier classes in Murrieta. But just this sense of community that not only the city, the fire department, City Hall, the school district, the teachers, the staff, you all do a wonderful job. And whether you just came to Murrieta, whether you've been here since you were 2, whether you moved here from the Midwest, you feel welcome in Murrieta, and that's what's great about this community. So we've got a certificate for you. I'm opening my frame business, and I'll be outside. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Samantha. I'm from Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, and surprise, I have another certificate for you. And I'm going to break another surprise. There are a lot more certificates as well. But I wanted to congratulate all the students for all your hard work. It definitely was not easy to get to this point. There's a lot of students that you go up against, and you were among the top at your school. So congratulations. Congratulations to the parents as well, because I'm sure you're so proud of your students. And congratulations to the teachers as well as the principals, because I'm sure it feels wonderful having great students represent your school and your community. So congratulations once again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pat Kelly, Murrieta Valley Unified School District Superintendent, and it's an honor to be here each month and just see the amazing young people who are coming up within our community. Each month I try to find the salient feature of the uniqueness of this month's student group. Do these people have stories? It's amazing. You have stories and you have circumstances, and they were so moving and so inspiring. And you see so much, a word that was used that came out that I think really addresses it. Mrs. Olson, you shared it, compassion. Just a great amount of compassion, but the stories and the circumstances that have shaped the thinking of you young people at this young age is truly impressive. So on behalf of the school district, on behalf of our 3 board members, Robin, Ken, and Paul, who are here this morning, we congratulate you and thank you so much.
Good morning. I needed that, Kip. Thank you. You got it. My name is Brenda Denstead, and I'm here today on behalf of Congressman Ken Calvert, who wants to offer his congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Jacqueline and her mother spoke about my daughter this morning. I am the parent who recently lost the Murrieta Valley alumni, Leanne, who was attending Northern Arizona University and unfortunately contracted a fatal case of meningitis and passed away. Jacqueline, Jamie loves you, and thank you for uplifting her in her time of need. The tremendous amount of support that we've felt from the community and from this school district. Jamie is in her senior year. She's an IB student. And she will be graduating successfully because of her 3 moms on campus who have encircled and embraced her. So know that this community has been tremendous in the outpouring and the support that we have felt. And you could see that evidence from not just my family, but from a number of families that have been here today with their children, and your words and your stories and your encouragement and your rise to success. Jacqueline's mom, as a single mom, I applaud you for the courage that you had to do what you needed to do for your family. So I hear my daughter speaking in the back of my head right now, and she's going, "Mom, what are you doing? This is supposed to be really uplifting. What's wrong with you? You're coming in here, you're usually loud and proud, and you're usually a much better speaker than this." I would tell you this: as you move forward in your lives, realize that the number of years that you have on this earth are precious. And ultimately, you have a choice at the impact that you make on others. And every day, that is a challenge and a gift that you are given. So I encourage you to make choices that uplift you, that uplift your family, and uplift the people that you come into contact with every single day. May God bless each and every one of you and your adventures as you move forward in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Okay, with that, I hope that all of you, we've all been uplifted this morning, and that we impact others and take life because it is precious. Live every day to serve others. So at the conclusion of our program this morning, we're going to take pictures up and out front of Sizzler. You can see where the chairs are at. So students, you'll bring all your goodie bags and go out front. And then dignitary sponsors, volunteers, principals, and their families, please join us out front for pictures. And I am going to turn it over to Sally right now, so that way she can close our program. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
There is a reason why there are multiple stacks of napkins on our tables. And I want to say thank you, Brenda, for coming and sharing from your heart. You are adorable. We love you so much, and thank you. You know, one of the greatest things about our program is what we've all said, it's the story, and how all of you have shared your hearts. And we appreciate that so much. And I want to say, Margaret, if you want to please stand. This is our dear friend, Margaret. Margaret, I'm requiring you to stand. And yes. Margaret has been part of our program for 22 years, and she just recently retired and has been that other voice of our program, and so we love you. Thank you so much, Margaret. Appreciate you. And I like to share at the very end, I take copious notes like many of you do, and I just want to say just a few little great words of description that were spoken about you. And so Ashley, if you want to please stand. So Ashley, not only are you adorable, I love the fact that you want to be a nurse, and some of the things that impress me about you is that how polite you are, and that you serve others first, and you're always thinking of others. And as a marketing person, I really appreciate that you are an organizer and you enjoy putting together special events, because I know that that can be very difficult and trying and whatnot. And so congratulations to you and for all that you do, and the fact that they also shared about honor and courage and commitment. So I know that you will be a blessing to others in school. Thank you, and in your future. Congratulations. Velma. Miss Velma, one of the first things that was said about you was that you are the ultimate success story. And that was just so exciting. And what I loved about you is you talked about be happy. And look at that smile. You definitely make us all happy when you smile. And that you are one of the first to graduate in your family. That is really impressive. And that you are becoming very accomplished, and that you just get busy and get it done. And you've made us all proud. So congratulations to you, and for the wonderful example that you're setting for those around you. Jacqueline, another adorable young lady, and incredible family. And I love using the word victorious and overcomers, and I believe that you truly are. And thank you for sharing your story with us, ladies, this morning. That was really quite special. And I love the fact that you have this great discernment and true gut feeling of caring about others around you, and really wanting them to live the most fulfilled life that they can live by obviously being safe and making cautious and wise decisions. And to be a young person and to have that discernment is really quite special. And I see that the word that I wrote down about you is that you care, and that you're an encourager. And all of us, regardless of what experiences we have gone through, those experiences, we can choose to make our lives better or to be better. And you've chosen to make it better. And in addition to that, look at this amazing testimony that you and your mom and your sister have for others around you. So congratulations to you. Mr. Fernando. All right, dress for success, a bow tie. I just love it. That is awesome. And it was so exciting meeting your parents this morning. And thank you for sharing your favorite Bible verse with us. That is really special. I love that you have a humble nature, that you reach out to others, and that when you talked about your lesson, that you love to overcome, and that you've changed maybe a certain path that you were going down to a path of victory, a path of dedication, a path of commitment to the Lord. And the one word that I really loved when you said that you've surrendered yourself to the Lord. And that can be very difficult for all of us. And of course, that's what God wants us to do, is to surrender our lives to Him. And you've done that, and you've shared that with us. So thank you very much. Julian, our mathematician. Oh my gosh, our researcher, our discoverer. I love that about you, that you're very inquisitive. You want to know all that you can know, and you want to be able to do your best. And that's actually very contagious, to have that type of a person around you and to be surrounded by others like that. I can just imagine being around you, and the fact that you've watched math videos. I love it. I absolutely love it. And some of the words that came up about you are that you're a very critical thinker and you take initiative. So you are going to be one successful researcher. So thank you very much. Congratulations to you. And Miss Lauren, Lauren, another sweet young lady with us that has a heart for others. And you are a strong student leader. I just sense that. I love that they said that you saved Vista Murrieta High School. Woohoo, girl, you go. That's exciting. And that you want to go into business, and I'm a business owner, so we really appreciate great and thoughtful business women, so we appreciate that. And I love the fact that we talked about how friendly you are, that you're positive, that you are resilient, and that you definitely make an impact on others, and you too want to do the best that you can do. So thank you very much, and congratulations to you. At the very end, I'd like to share a word from John Maxwell. He is an author, he's a pastor, he's a motivational speaker, and every morning my husband and I wake up with John Maxwell. And the word that I want to share with you all today is the word fulfillment. And so here we go.
Pamela from Lagos, Nigeria, asked that I would talk for a moment about fulfillment. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. Fulfillment is a word that I think all of us crave and long for, but we don't always understand how to get it or how to obtain it. As I have watched and observed people that had what I call fulfilled life, their life wasn't fulfilled because they had a lot of money or because things always went their way, but their life was fulfilled because they were living a life of purpose. They were doing the things that they felt that they were created to do, and they were doing it with their very best effort. For me, a fulfilled life means that I've done my very best, that I have to, at the end of the day or at the end of a season of my life, answer to myself, not only to my Creator, but to myself and then the people that I lead. Have I done my best effort? So when I see people that are fulfilled, they are people that maybe don't have more than others, but inside they have fulfillment, because they've realized that they have lived their life not only with purpose, but with effort. They have done their best to be their best, and that brings fulfillment.
That is an example of each one of you today, so thank you so much for sharing your stories, and may God richly bless you. That concludes our program, and as Mary said, we'll beeline it out for those pictures. All right, thank you.